welcome everyone. So glad you could join us. Happy Tuesday. We're going to have some fun this morning. We're going to try to keep things simple. And basically, I'm just going to kind of show you how I apply for a job, right? I'm your host, Jerry Suhrstedt. Welcome to the Jerry Rig Podcast. And I'm going to apply for a job using a piece of software called Teal. But Teal is just a tool, and it's not everything, but it really, really helps. So do me a favor. If you're with us today, send me a chat message and let me know where you're from. It'd be kind of fun to just kind of see where folks are, listening from. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
Yeah.
This is the Jerry Rigged Podcast, your no-nonsense knowledge base for business technology, marketing, and analytics. And now your host, Jerry Suhrstedt.
So if you're on LinkedIn at all, you've probably heard, seen folks talk about Teal. It's actually located at tealhq.com. And there are some folks on LinkedIn, it's kind of funny. They get really annoyed because they see Teal so much. So they think everybody in the world is being paid by Teal to promote their product, which is actually not the case. I'm sure they have some affiliates, but it's kind of like when you get some really good food. You go to a nice restaurant and it's just awesome. What do? You have a tendency to tell everyone about it, right? And that's kind of what Teal is for me. I started my job search about 4 months ago, and I have had about 60 to 70 interviews. Yes, a lot. And so I credit a lot of that to my LinkedIn profile, having that on point. But whenever I'm applying for a role, a targeted role, I use the tool called Teal. And I played around with multiple different platforms for building your resume and applying for jobs. And I landed on Teal, and it just felt right. And initially, it was slightly confusing, but it took a very just small amount of time. And then once I kind of got used to it, it was just like, oh, man, all of my resumes, all of my job submittals, everything is tracked in Teal. Today is not a promotional video for Teal, believe it or not. It's simply me showing you how I apply for jobs. I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint here deck. And what I want you to understand is that this video today, this podcast, this live stream is going to be about how I go through this process. Now, if you go to Teal, youtube.com/@TealHQ, just do a search on YouTube for Teal. They got tons of instructional videos, and I've watched a lot of them actually. And some of the methods I've used, and some of them I haven't. I kind of just created my own method. So today, I'm going to get a little deeper into just how I do things. Not that it's right, not that it's wrong. It's just different, and it's kind of how my flow goes when I'm applying for jobs. So before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about a couple of things. By the way, my name is Jerry Suhrstedt. I'm a Salesforce business analyst and a business consultant. Been in marketing for the better part of 20 plus years. If you want to work with me, you can find me at bookjerry.me. That's a webpage. And then, of course, you can also follow me at hashtag Jerry Rigged. So today's goal is we're just going to see how I apply for jobs. And a few things to keep in mind. The job description is your roadmap. And we're going to get into this here a little bit more. So I'm going back to my marketing roots and my advertising roots. And let's see here. We got some comments coming in. Let's see here. Thank you so much for showing this. Appreciate you. This is from Leah. Okay. So go ahead and chat in. Tell me where you guys are from. I want to see, what parts of the world everyone is listening in. So I'm going back to my marketing and advertising roots. So I want you to notice something about this old newspaper, right? There's something very specific about this newspaper that will help you understand how to format your resume, your LinkedIn profile, and pretty much anything you're working on. So I'm going to give you another hint here. Let's see here. Let's look at this magazine. What is it about this magazine that is similar to the newspaper? Let's see what else. Let's try another one. Let's look at this ad. This is a Nike ad. Nike's the king of advertising. So what is it about this ad that correlates with your resume? Okay, I'll show you another one. Here's another one. Okay, here's a website that has a lot in common with all of these ads. And here's what it is. In advertising in America, we know that we all read left to right, top to bottom. Left to right, top to bottom, right? So what advertisers have found out for hundreds of years is that the most important real estate on a website, on a magazine ad, on a homepage, on the newspaper is this fundamental truth. Let's go back to this old newspaper. They have a term called above the fold. And above the fold applies to website design. It also applies to old newspapers. Above the fold was the newspaper was folded. When you went and bought it on the street, it was folded. And so the most important information was on the front page above where the fold line is. Because once you take it home, then you open up the newspaper, then you can see the top and the bottom. But when you first grab it, all you see is the main page above the fold. The most important real estate on a newspaper is above the fold in the top half of that page. So what do they have in that most important real estate? They have the headline. The headline and the subheadline are the most important pieces because nobody's just going to arbitrarily start reading the copy in the bottom, the body copy. The headline grabs you, the subheadline supports it, and that pulls you into the article. And the same holds true for advertising. See that? Headline, top half, headline, subheadline, and then the rest of it. Of course, they have a supporting image like a can of Coca-Cola. And then we have a website. Top half. So this is also called above the fold. It's the top half of your homepage. The headline is the most important piece. The image supports the headline and the subheadline. The subheadline gives you more information, and then the rest of the website pulls you in. So let's talk about some quick stats here, and then we're going to get into applying for a job here. Did you know that on average, 250 resumes are received for published job postings? I'm seeing job postings with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of applicants. Like unbelievable. There are some job postings I've seen with 2,000 and 3,000 applicants. So for some of the folks out there that complain about ATS systems, how do you suppose these hiring managers and these recruiters are going to sift through 2,000 resumes? They have to have a system. They have to have a sorting system, a computer with an app of some sort that's going to sort through these, get rid of all the ones with experience that doesn't match up with the job description, and get down to the meat of all these applicants and find the people that are best fitted for the job. That's all ATS is, folks. It's nothing scary. It's not a big monster. And then, so only 3% of resumes will result in an interview. Think about that. 3%. That's a pretty low number. Recruiters spend 6 to 8 seconds reviewing a resume. Now, this is after it's gone through ATS. They're not going through 2,000 resumes and physically putting their eyes on it. Like who would have time for that? Less than 5% of recruiters will spend more than 1 minute reviewing a resume. That's after ATS has spit it out. They've looked at it and they see something really quick that catches their eye and they're like, oh, this might be a good fit. They set it to the side and then they're going to spend maybe another minute on it. 75% of resumes are rejected by the ATS software and never seen by a human eye. Never seen. Less than 1 in 10 resumes reach the hiring manager's desk for advertised jobs. 3 in 10 resumes are rejected for having an unprofessional email. Think about that. You know, bigcooldude@gmail.com. Yeah, probably wouldn't use that. 55% of resumes include at least one lie. I'm thinking it's probably closer to 90% if I'm just guessing. 80% of resumes will not get past the first screening. Oh, we got some folks from Atlanta, Georgia, right on. Leah's from Los Angeles. That's cool. Let's see here. Okay, so next, here's a couple of few more statistics. Improve your chances. Customize, folks. I've heard this a million times from people. You mean to tell me I have to customize my resume for every single job that I apply for? Yes, you do. Unless you just want to waste time. You can just pump out 100 resumes and feel good about yourself. But not saying it's absolutely impossible to get a job interview by not customizing, but you really, really increase your chances of getting an interview or getting notice or getting through the ATS system by customizing your resume. And we're going to talk about that. On average, 61% of hiring managers say a customized resume will improve job chances. There you go. That's from the horse's mouth. On average, only 11% of applicants are considered suitable for the jobs they apply for. So think about that. Close to 90% of everybody applying for jobs are not suitable for the job. There you go. Here's another quick misnomer. I don't know. I guess somebody somewhere said that your resume has to be 1 page. No, it does not have to be 1 page. Not at all. Now, if you just come out of college, you only got maybe 1 or 2 jobs with some sort of kind of related experience, and it's easy to fit on 1 page, sure. 1 page is fine. I've been in the working world for 30 plus years. I got a solid 2-page resume. But in my opinion, this is just me, 1 page is good, 2 pages is great, 3 pages, don't do it. Not 3 pages. Now, if you were applying for a job as a professor at a university and you got to talk about your history in rocket science, 3, 4, 5 pages might be okay. But most of the time, 2 pages and you're solid. Attaching a cover letter will increase your chances by 49%. That's pretty good. Address the letter to the hiring manager or recruiter by name increases your chance for an interview by 26%. Link your resume to your online portfolio, blog, or website. That increases your chances by 21% of being considered. Hiring managers, now we're going to get into the job process. And hiring managers give you the key. They give you the key to unlocking an interview with them. They give you a secret note, and that secret note is called the job description. The job description is a note from the hiring manager telling you what they are looking for. And when they're asking you questions or telling you what they want, your response to that is your resume. So think about that concept. If you were the hiring manager and you created a job description, what are you looking for? You're looking for people that have experience related to that job description. And then lastly, always use the Google XYZ formula when you are creating your bullet points on your resume. Don't just make statements. I managed a team. I was the Salesforce administrator. I added users, blah, blah, blah. I accomplished X by the measure of Y, resulting in Z. And we're going to get into this. So there you go. Okay. Now we're going to start looking for a job for Mr. Jerry here. And let me share my screen. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let me get over here. All right. So here is my page on LinkedIn. So we're not going to spend too much time there other than I'm going to shoot over here to the jobs section. Okay. Let's see if I can open this up a little bit better. Let's see. There, if somebody needs me to make that a little bit bigger, I might be able to squeeze it in, but this should do the trick. Okay. All right. And by the way, if you have a question anywhere along this process, do me a favor and just chat it in, and I'll try to look at the chat messages from here and there so I can, answer your questions. Okay, so here we are. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm in the jobs section. And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to look for jobs as a Salesforce business analyst. Now, I am looking across the entire United States. Now, if the role that you're targeting is mostly on-site and hybrid, yeah, you're going to have to really bring it down to just your specific area. For instance, if I put in here Chandler, Arizona, then you get a lot less listings, but there's still some stuff. So I'm going to open this up to the United States because most of the time I'm looking for a remote role. And don't let anybody fool you. Yeah, there's a lot less remote roles than they were maybe back in COVID times, but there's still a lot of remote roles, especially in the Salesforce space. So, and here's the advantage for hiring managers and companies looking for talent. If you're only trying to find people that are within a half-hour drive of your office, well, you just eliminated 95% of your potential applicants, right? Because you don't allow remote. So anyway, I'm looking for remote roles. So I can go up here. I can also click on hybrid, or not hybrid, just remote. We'll just do remote. And I got 43 results that have the term Salesforce Business Analyst within it. So let's go through, and I want to decide what I am going to apply for. Now, just a FYI, once you're logged into Teal, by the way, you can set up a free account, tealhq.com. There it is. Then you install a web browser extension, and see down here in the bottom right, yeah, that is a Teal extension, and I'll show you how that works in a second. So we got Valvoline is looking for a senior business analyst. That might be a little bit too hard. All Cloud, they're probably a consultant. Salesforce business analyst. All right, let's check that out. So it's a remote role, full-time. Cool. They have about 200 to 500 employees. That's cool. Meet the hiring team. The talent acquisition partner at All Cloud is a guy named Frank. Hey, Frank, how you doing? I'm going to scroll down real quick. 465 applicants. Yeesh. That's too many for me. I don't want to mess around with that. If they have 150 or below, then I'll usually, apply. So let's look at when these jobs were posted. I only want to see jobs posted in the last 24 hours. There's only 3 results. Now let's give that a shot. Okay, Salesforce Business Analyst, Salesforce Business Analyst. Campus Point, $70 an hour. I like it when they put the money out front. Tell me what you're paying. All right, this is temporary role, mid to senior level, Salesforce Business Analyst. 11 to 50 employees. They're a staffing and recruiting. They probably have a client that has a need. Let's see here. This is in Portland, Oregon. Let's see if it's remote. Should be. It's not really telling me if it's remote. Oh, yeah, it is. It's remote. And then we'll skip the duties and responsibilities. We have 280 applicants in 24 hours. Wow. All right, let's try this other role. How many applicants down here? 117. Okay, that feels good. So let's start at the top again. 80 to 125 a year, no problem. Remote, full-time, 1,000 to 5,000 employees. Hiring team is, John is on the hiring team. So let's got some promises. At TTEC Digital, we coach clients to ensure that their employees feel valued and fully supported because an amazing customer experience is an employee-first process. I agree with that. They're looking for a Salesforce business analyst to join our team. This is 100% remote. I love that too. The BA must be passionate about solving challenges and identifying solutions. The position requires good communication expert with technical knowledge, which sounds like a good business analyst. This position is accountable for internal and external customer communications, all stages of project documentation framework, blah, blah, blah. Heard that one 1,000 times. That's what they want for a BA. What you'll be doing, translating business requirements into solutions. Got it. Serve a technical liaison with business users. Good. Advises the business and articulates the benefits. Perfect. That's what I do. Works closely with third-party vendors. Done that a million times. Demonstrate Salesforce functionalities to business users. That's easy. Builds proof of concept. Done that a bunch of times. Accountable for the timely delivery of projects as per established roadmaps, of course. Participates in end-to-end implementations. Designs and manages execution test plans. Understands design trade-offs between declarative code and third-party. No big deal. Assists with data management and governance. Support reporting requirements. That's easy. Works with the framework of the Scrum standards, of course. Demonstrates strong technical aptitude. Yep. Drives adoption of technology and processes. Okay. That feels like me. What skills and experience you will bring? 3 years of enterprise experience. I maybe have a couple of years of enterprise. Mostly I've worked with small to medium-sized businesses, but I don't care. I'm going to apply for it anyway. BS in information systems, computer science, other technology. All right. So here's where Jer Bear typically falls short. I graduated from high school. I went to a trade school and got a certificate in communications and radio broadcasting, of all things. Because back in the day, radio broadcasting was cool. Anyway, I do not have this, but guess what? I don't care. I'm applying for it anyway. Certified Salesforce Administrator. Got that. I am that guy. 3 to 5 years of business analysis experience. Got that. Design and implementation. Yep. Of Service Cloud. Mostly Sales Cloud for me, but I got a little bit of Service Cloud. Design and implementation with Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and Salesforce Lightning is desired. I have a little bit of Marketing Cloud, a whole bunch of Sales Cloud, and Salesforce Lightning, of course, I'm not even sure why they make that a separate thing. Well, I guess there's probably a lot of administrators who are still kind of stuck on Classic, but not me. Knowledge in SQL and Visual Force is desired. Yep, I don't have that. I'm not a coder. I'm not a SQL guy. Probably should learn it. Doesn't matter. I'm going to apply for it anyway. Because you never know. Here's how I look at it. They might get 300 resumes and go, oh my gosh, there's nobody in here that even comes close. But we got this Jerry guy. He doesn't really know SQL very well, and he doesn't have a degree, but he's got everything else. Experience in managing multiple projects concurrently. Got that. Experience with project management methodologies. No big deal. Experience with CTI integration is a plus. CTI ties in with phones and telephony and Salesforce. Don't have much of that. Experience working on cross-functional teams, of course. And let's see. People keep trying to message me. Experience working with agile methodologies, implementation, practice management. What you can expect, there's the salary, benefits, of course, and then, of course, the usual stuff. Okay, I'm going to apply for this job, and I'm going to start. They got the easy apply here, which does make it quicker and easier. The problem with that is then everybody and their brother is applying for this job. I notice when they make you jump through a few hoops, a lot less people apply. but that's okay. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click this Teal banner, this Teal plugin, and I'm going to say I'm pretty excited about this role, so I'm going to give it a 4-star, and I'm going to have it, when it pulls this job into Teal, I'm going to have it bookmarked as applying, and then they've got some other keywords here, which I usually don't pay too much attention to, although I probably should. So I saved that into Teal. So that job is called Salesforce Business Analyst. I'm going to go into Teal, and I'm going to go under the job tracker, skip the tour, and here that job is, TTEC Salesforce Business Analyst. Now, I've watched a lot of Teal videos, and there's probably some real official workflows. I kind of just follow my own. I picked up a lot of pointers off of watching Teal's videos, but I still kind of end up leaning towards what, my process. So I look at this job, and what's kind of cool is you can go down here on Teal, and I'm going to turn this one off, soft skills. You'll have some recruiters that say, don't waste your time with soft skills. I disagree with that. I think some soft skills is a good thing. If the job has soft skills built within it, for instance, see all these are kind of considered soft skills. It's in the job description, so it must be at some level important to the hiring manager. But I'm kind of focusing initially in this process in the hard skills. So Salesforce, of course, business challenges, technical knowledge, Salesforce. They got Salesforce all through this, workflows, use cases. So a lot of hard skills. So I'm just kind of visually looking over this, and everything is still looking good. So I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to click on Resume Builder. Now, I have a base resume that I have built out over the past 6 months, and it's got a ton of stuff plugged into it. I keep looking for the button that says don't show me this anymore, but I can't find it. I'll find it later. So when you get into the resume builder, now I'm going to make a copy of my base resume and use that for this job. But right now, this gives you an idea of what I got going. So in my base resume, I've got about 2 pages here. But if you look under, like, for instance, my work experience, I got tons of keywords going on. And I want to show you how I came up with those. It's kind of a 2 or 3 step process, but I'll show you how I got those. So all of these items sit in your base resume, and then every time you create a new job or you're going to apply for a new job, you're going to pull a copy of your base resume in. You're not going to have all of these on your resume for this particular job, but this allows me to go documentation. They want documentation analysis. Yeah, I just turn that on, and now it's on my resume. And so I want to make sure my resume is 2 pages or less. So I'm always looking over here, and if it gets pushed into 3 pages, then I got to bring it back. I got to delete some items. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here to my resume builder, and I'm going to simply just make a copy of my base Salesforce admin. Whoops. Actually, I'm making a copy of the wrong one, so I'm going to do the right one here. I kind of got 2 or 3 versions. I got a marketing version. I got a lot of marketing background, so I could apply for a job as a marketing director. So I have a resume for marketing, and then I have a resume for business analyst, and then I got a resume for just straight administrator. Sometimes they don't want a business analyst, and they think that if you're a business analyst and an administrator, you're overqualified for this job. So here we go. Salesforce BA base resume. I'm going to make a copy of this, and then I'm going to open that up and give it a new name. So here's what I do. Salesforce BA base resume. Let's see here. Are you guys seeing? I don't think you're seeing what I'm seeing. Let's see here. Oh, I thought that would switch over, but I guess it's not. So I'm going to present, share. I got to present, share screen. try this again. Share screen. There we go. Okay. I thought I was grabbing the window, and then whenever I would just switch tabs, it would show you that, but apparently it's not doing that. So I'm not sure what the deal is. So I'm going to grab my ChatGPT as well, and I'm going to also present that. So here we go. Now we're in Swarna. Now I am showing the Teal page. Okay. Base resume right here. Here we go. Here's Jerry's base resume. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to call this Jerry's BA resume for TTEC. Got it? Now, this is the resume that I'm going to craft for this particular job. And then now I'm going to go over here to matching, and I'm going to switch jobs so I can pull in that TTEC job that I pulled in off of LinkedIn Jobs. There we go. Now, believe it or not, I've already got a 41% job match. You see that 41% over here on the right. Normally, when I bring in a job, it's between 18 and 20%. But out of the gate, I got a 41%. So that tells me that I'm probably a fairly good match for this without even trying to do any changes. So let's talk about real quick. We're going to talk about ChatGPT and how I originally set up my job achievements. So everything down below here is under your job work experience. Now, what I like to do is I like to call this my experience section, which it is, and not my jobs section. So if I got experience and I got it as an intern, or I got it as a volunteer, or I got experience as a job, to me, that's all experience. So I put it all in the same area. So these are my achievements. Sumo Lab, the company I worked for as a Salesforce consultant and business analyst, the city and the date. And then these are all the achievements. All of these bullets are achievements. And then depending on what the job description needs, I'm going to use specific achievements, okay? So how did I arrive at these? Now, me personally, here's what I did. One of the things that I've learned, and I'm going to switch screen here, present, share screen. ChatGPT, there we go. All right, now you can see ChatGPT. So there are things that I've done over the past 10 to 20 years. And I don't know about you, but 90% of them, I probably can't remember. I can't remember what I did. I mean, I remember the job. I remember generally what I did. But as far as those little items, those little nuances, I have no idea. And I use ChatGPT to kind of remind me. So for instance, in ChatGPT, one of the things I like to do is I start off with, you are a career coach and resume writer, one of the best in the world. I need help with my resume. I like to give ChatGPT little bite-sized chunks so I can kind of work through this. Yeah, okay. I don't need all that. I'm not there, Mr. GPT, quite yet. Now, you are also a certified Salesforce administrator and business analyst. I am creating my resume and I need a list of 10 bullet points to use on my resume using use on my resume. Please format these bullet points using the Google XYZ structure. I like to tell it what that means because it gets it most of the time, but the more information you can give it, the better. The Google XYZ structure is I accomplished X by the measure of Y, resulting in Z. Okay? Usually got to do this in a few rounds to try to pull things out. All right. So given your background as a Salesforce administrator, business analyst, your resume bullet points should highlight your achievements, blah, blah, blah. Now, ChatGPT is just going to spit out a bunch of random duties that a typical Salesforce business analyst would do, formatted into Google XYZ. We're not going to just copy and paste these. We're going to massage them. And we're only going to massage the ones that pertain to Jerry. But what happens is, back to my thing about being in the business for many years and can't remember all the little nuances and all the projects I did and every little step I took, this helps remind me. Oh, yeah, I did that. All right, so it gives me 10 out of the box. And I might go through and say, give me 10 more. And then I might say, give me 10 more. And then I might say, give me 20 more. Now I got a whole big selection. So like, for instance, led a cross-functional team in the integration with other key business systems, achieving a seamless data flow that enhanced operational efficiency by 25%. Yes, I have done that. It may have not been 25%. It may have been by 15% or 50%. Designed and executed targeted training programs. I've done that. Managed and migration of critical business data. I've done that. So just by way of example, I'm going to business process analysis. As a BA, this is something I do. So I'm going to copy this. And then, now mind you, Teal has some AI built into it. And Teal actually will, you can do this right in the app. I use this a lot more for exploratory. Let's see here. That's ChatGPT. And let's see. Remove. Oh my gosh. Share screen. There we go. I want to share Teal again. All right, back into Teal. All right, so here on my copy of my base resume, I got, like, for instance, I'm going to add another achievement. I just go down here, add achievement. I'm pasting this in from ChatGPT. Now, if you watch some of the Teal videos, you can do all this right in here. It just works a little bit differently, and I kind of got my own little method going for at least getting a nice solid list of achievements that I know that I've done before. So conducted in-depth business process analysis, identifying and eliminating 20% of redundant processes. I'm going to change, sometimes putting numbers in here will get you in trouble because you get in an interview and they say, well, explain to me how you arrived at the number 20%. So I will put 20% or a number in some of these, and some other ones I'll say, and eliminating a significant amount of redundant processes with streamlined operations and save the company, $200,000. I would say this one here is probably more like, 50,000 for me. Save that. And then down at the bottom here, where I added it. Nope. It actually, elevator customer. Where did I put that? It pops in here, and sometimes I can't remember where it pops it in. So I'm going to do a search for 50K, and it's right there. There we go. All right, it was selected. All right, so now you can take this and drag it up to the top. And some of my bullet points are a little bit long. This particular bullet point, led a business analyst, the recruiter and the hiring manager literally wanted that big fat bullet. Normally, I would not have my bullets that loaded with information. So I'll slide that one out of the way. So there you go. Let's see. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, so let's say now I've got all of my bullets. I got lots of bullets to choose from. Some I'm going to use, some I'm not going to use. Let's do this now. We're going to start here at the top. So I got a 39% match score. And so I got to work in business challenges under hard skills. Coding, I'm not a coder. Customer, I'm not going to worry about that one. Customer communication, driving adoption. And if you click on this menu, it pulls down a whole bunch of items that are not on my resume, but are on the job description. So if you click on job description there, and we get rid of emphasis words and other and soft skills for right now, just working on hard skills, you can see these are all the hard skills that it's kind of looking for on the job description. So let's work in business challenges. So let's say, for instance, here, conducted in-depth business process analysis, identifying and eliminating, I'm going to change this, business challenges, because it's kind of the same thing, and redundant processes. There you go. So once we save that, now mind you, we're going to come back through and review the whole resume. So it got rid of that. Now my score jumped to 41%. So you're just going through each one of these. Coding, I ain't going to worry about that because I'm not a coder. Customer communications. Let's say here, process optimization, requirements gathering, elicitation, user stories. So I'm looking for accomplishments where I can work in some of these words, some of these keywords, because the more your resume matches the keywords, the higher your percentage goes, and the higher your percentage of making it through the ATS system also goes. So let's see here. Let's try here one of these, improve with AI. Let's see here. Now you can customize the AI and just say pull in keywords here, and we're going to use customer communications. That's my next word I got to work on. Oh, there we go. Could have just grabbed that. There we go. Apply. Let's see. Optimize customer communications by customizing Salesforce, resulting in a 20% increase in customer satisfaction and improve. Yep, I've done that. Done that a million times. I'm going to get rid of 20% increase in a with an increase in customer. Boom, done. Once I select that, that one goes off the list. My score jumps a little bit. Drive adoption. Let's get drive adoption going in here. How can we work drive adoption? Let's do that. So we're going to improve with AI, and then we're going to use their little tool here, which works really, really cool. Let's do this. Let's try drive adoptions, interaction design, and project documentation. Let's see if we can get 3 words in a row, all in the same bullet. Drove adoption of Salesforce functionality, increasing user engagement by 40%. Let interaction design. What words we got? Drive adoption, interaction design, internal systems. Boosting productivity. Choose the most relevant achievement. I like that one. Drove adoption. And we'll select it. And then drove adoption goes bye-bye. My score jumps a little bit again. So you're working through all of these. Some of the easier ones are some of these other ones down here. This tells you that somewhere on your resume, it's not selected are these words. So like, for instance, enterprise, all the way down here under business analyst technologies that I've used, I'm going to select that one. That's an easy one. And then enterprise goes bye-bye. Positioning. I've done lots of positioning in marketing. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. See, okay. Strategic marketing, market position. So I'm going to come back to that one. Project management. Yep, I've done lots of that. Project management. Yeah. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to use this in one of my... You can see I got lots of stuff on here. I'm going to select that in one of my hard skills. So that one's checked off the list. Roadmaps. Let's see here. Roadmaps. I don't know where the heck roadmap. I'm going to come back to that one. It's kind of a weird one. Advising. Yeah, I've done lots of advising. That's an easy one. So I'm going to go back up to the top of my job list here. Process automation, enhance Salesforce, improve requirement elicitation, inefficiency by 35%, enhanced user experience by advising, creating, and implementing a Jira-based. Sometimes these words you can kind of work in. They feel a little bit redundant. But you're always trying to achieve a little more fluid sentence structure. Benefits, business needs, that might be a kind of an easy one. I'm going to come back here and find that somewhere else because I know I got that. And I'm going to work that into hard skills. Hard skills, add a skill. The term is business needs. And let's see, creating process improvements for business needs. My fingers are not working too good today. Save that. Gone. Done. Computer science. Come back to that. Information systems. I think that I have that general experience with information systems. Because we're going to, at the end, we're going to come back through and make sure we're not on like 5 pages or anything. Sales operations. Been very involved in sales operations for many years. So that's an easy squeezy one. I'm going to pull this all the way up and pull this in. Now, I might end up removing some of these because I might have too many or might be too cluttered or whatever. So we're at 51%. Workflows, strategic. I've done lots of strategic stuff over the years. So that's an easy one to work in. Strategic. I don't have anything down here in my soft skills. So I'm going to go over my hard skills. Actually, I think that would be a soft skill. Let's see, attention to detail. Yeah, I'm a pretty detailed guy, and a business analyst needs to be detailed. So I'm going to pull that up here, get rid of that one. But, we're going to come back through, like I said. Let's see, workflows, multiple projects. Yep, worked on multiple projects. That's easy. Managed multiple. I'm going to grab this one here and add that to my professional summary. So we'll go down here to my professional summary, the one that I'm using. Where's it at? There we go. And I'm going to work in that one and paste it in. Okay, save that one. So we check that one off the list. So it's kind of like you're throwing stuff on the wall and you're moving it around. Imagine a big whiteboard with a whole bunch of sticky notes and you're moving them around and then you're pulling some out and then you reword some. And that's kind of what you're doing here. Let's see here. Positioning, benefits, computer science workflows, roadmaps. Roadmaps should be a pretty easy one here to work in because you're always following a roadmap when you're working on projects. You have a project roadmap. Elicitation requirements gathering, conducted process analysis, identifying and eliminating business challenges and redundant processes to be in line with overall roadmap, which streamline operations and save the company over $50,000. That kind of works. They're not always going to be absolutely perfect, but honestly, you're just trying to get through the ATS, and then a real person is going to read your resume. And I have to admit, a lot of these folks over here to look at my resume, say I'm already pushing into the third page, so I'll fix that. But here's what they're looking at. Your name, this section right here. Think of the headline. Remember we talked about advertising and website design? This is what they're looking at. And the average human is going to look at that. Yeah, he's a business analyst. This right here needs to match the job. Now, so I'm going to go back here to the matching, and I'm going to get rid of the word administrator because the actual name of the role is Salesforce Business Analyst. And we want to match that role. Job description, Salesforce Business Analyst at TTEC Digital. And just so you know, I'm actually going to submit my resume for this role. So, but we want to get this number from close to 60 to, I shoot for 80 and above. So then let's see here. Let's go through and find any more easy ones. Show all of these. These are all looking good. I'm looking pretty solid here. Startups. I've been involved in tons of startups. So I want to get that word worked into there. Let's see here. At this company, not Third Republic, but not Academy Mortgage, but Heavy Gorilla. Manage complete discovery process with home builder. Advanced project deliverables skyrocketed lead to conversion for multiple startups. Got the word startups in there. That's what I've actually done. So we've just pushed closer to 60%. Fast growing. Oh, that's an easy one. For startups. Where am I at here? There we go. Got to hit the right one. Multiple startups and fast growing clients. Okay. So we got that one. Let's see here. Timeliness. I'm a pretty timely guy. Timeline. I guess the word timeline works as well. Let's see here. Hard skills. Ability to meet deadlines. Timelines. Ability to meet timelines. Let's see if that works. Nope. Got to reword that. Ability to complete projects with timeliness. No, it's timelines is the one, and I think I already had that. So it's a little bit of a process, but you know, if you know that your resume is, there we go, I just got to check it. If you know that your resume is coming in at, 14%, the way I look at it is, why in the heck would you even bother applying for the job? You're going to be that 90% that gets stopped by the ATS system. Governance, develop and maintain, that's an easy one. Develop and maintained. Let's see here at Sumo Lab, process automation, elicitations, user stories, requirements gathering. Let's see here. This, I can work this in right here. Attention to detail, developed and maintained reports and dashboards. Ensured 99% accuracy in Salesforce data entries and reports. So that's just kind of a quick list of some of the things that I've done there. I also got rid of this and got my score up to 63. Planning, that's an easy one. Let's see here. Attention to detail. Planning. And developed. Actually, it should be planned. Planning and developed. No, that one's not going to work. Elicitation, requirements gathering, conducted in-depth business processes, planning, identifying and eliminating. There we go. Governance, end-to-end, create and maintain. That's kind of an easy one. Create and maintain. That's a hard skill there. So we want to work that in. I can kind of work that in over here at my Third Republic. Here's a short one. Created and maintain. I think this will work. And maintain overall Salesforce org, eliminating bad data. I might rework that later. There we go. That worked. End-to-end consulting. That's an easy one. Let's get consulting in there somewhere. It's not finding it, but that's okay. A little bit slow on the draw there. Oh, there we go. Consulting, conduct in-depth process analysis, utilized consulting to utilize consulting methodologies. Did I do that right? To use methodologies, conducted in-depth. I'll probably reword that a little bit, but I got rid of my word there. I always just run through and then I come back and kind of fix things. Accountable. We're getting close to the end of my ready to submit. Test planning, technical knowledge. Yes, I got technical knowledge. Positioning, benefits, computer science, coding, interaction, design, internal systems, management consulting. Well, there we go. I can just add management here and kill two birds with one stone on that one. Let's see. That should have. Yep, that went bye-bye. Project documentation, that's easy. Requirements gathering and trusted partner. I want to change that to project documentation. That's part of being a business analyst. Support reports, system implementations. Okay, I've done that before, so we're going to go back down here to... Actually, I'm going to stick up at Sumo Lab. I've done that recently. Utilize data-driven insights, process optimization. Let's see here. Systems, implementations, and process optimization. So, you can optimize your process while you're doing a system implementation, right? Technical knowledge. Systems implementations and process optimizations enhance Salesforce org efficiency by 40%, impacting overall business productivity. Utilizing technical knowledge. And by identifying the streamlined and redundant, okay, there we go. You're not trying to write a award-winning novel here. You're trying to create a resume that'll get through ATS and get in front of a hiring manager. And then when they read it, I have to tell you, I have yet to find a hiring manager, and I'm sure there's some out there that do this, but I've yet to find a hiring manager who reads your resume word for word. They're constantly asking me questions about my resume, and I'm thinking, like, apparently you didn't read my resume. So if I miss a few things, generally it doesn't bother me too much. Every once in a while, you'll find somebody who's hyper technical and reads everything word for word. So, you want to make sure your stuff looks good. Technical aptitude. I'm going to put this down in my soft skills. I think it's a soft skill. Not totally positive on that. Soft skill, add skill. Technical aptitude. I think that's a soft skill. There we go. We got it in there. Integration. Hard skill. I'm going to throw this up in my hard skill. Hard skill, add skill. Systems integration. I got some experience doing that. I'm going to add end to end right in there. Systems. I'm going to edit that. End to end systems integration. There we go. Kill two birds with one stone. Third-party vendors. Worked with lots of those. Hard skills. Managed third-party vendors. Third-party vendor management. Actually, sounds better to me. All right. We're getting up there. We're pushing 80%. Let's see. Frameworks. All right. I don't know anything about, I understand what frameworks are, but I don't know how to work that in. Benefits. That's, I have worked with HR benefit programs. Okay. So we got that. And then, are we going to get 80% here? 80%. We can do it. Scalable frameworks, governance. Governance is important piece. Security enhancements and governance. I already got that one on my list, so I'm going to leave that. And, oh man, what's going on? How come we don't have 80%? We should have had 80%. Oh, there we go. 80%. Now, here's the problem is you're going to have to cut back some of this stuff to fit 2 pages, and that's going to lower our score a little bit. So let's see what happens. Let's go to design. We have any questions over here? Hello, it's one of the best podcasts for Salesforce job seekers. Thank you, Valerie. Let's see. If anybody else has a questions, just throw it all in and we'll get her done. So here's my resume. Here's what it's looking like. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to get in the head of the hiring manager. Pretend I'm the hiring manager, and here is my job description. And my job description says that, I'm going to turn these off so it's easier to read. Now, folks, I'm going to say here that you could probably spend 3 hours on one resume, and I don't do that. So there's kind of a balance between spending too much time. You could just keep tweaking and making this sentence a little bit shorter, this one a little bit better. And I think you get to a point of diminishing returns, right? So I just try to get into the head of the hiring manager and the recruiter, and you read the job, you remind yourself what the job description is. They're looking for a business analyst. And then, they got just really typical run-of-the-mill business analyst requirements here. And 3 years of experience, blah, blah, blah. Now, it may be that they're super hardcore on this requirement for having a BA degree. That might be their first criteria. I have no idea. And they might have their ATS system set up so that if you're not showing a BA degree on your resume, boop, you're gone. And that might eliminate 98% of everybody applying. Who knows? I don't have a degree, but I'm applying anyway. So on my resume here on the right, I'm looking. Now, this is all kind of design. You can change the design. I've already got a design that I like. This is a very simple, clean, ATS-friendly resume. In my opinion, you don't need a resume writer. Between Teal and ChatGPT, I mean, for what you would pay a resume writer, you can get Teal for about 6 months, 4, 5, 6 months. And this right here is a phenomenal format. It's clean, it's simple, it's ATS friendly, and it's easy to read. So back to my advertising comparison. We got the most important information at the top. Salesforce Business Analyst. That's going to catch their attention because that's what they're hiring for. Salesforce Business Analyst. Streamlined business process efficiency. Yep. Cultivated 18 years of expertise in business management. That works. Manage multiple projects simultaneously and training of CRM users, because they talked about training. So this guy, Jerry, has worked as a Salesforce consultant and business analyst. And so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of Salesforce consultant. I'm just going to call myself a business analyst for Sumo Lab. So that way they're not thinking, oh, this guy probably wants to make $200,000 a year, but we're only paying $120, so he's overqualified. We don't want to hire him. So I don't want him thinking that. So let's go back down here. Salesforce administrator at Third Republic. I did some business analyst duties. Academy Mortgage, I was a loan officer. And then Heavy Gorilla, I was a Salesforce administrator and a business analyst. So I got pretty good experience going there. And so back to this. Now, my problem is I got 3 pages going on here. So I got to get rid of some of this stuff here on the end or here in the middle. And you only want to eliminate items that are not part of your keyword match. Otherwise, your score is going to go down from 80 to 78 to 76 to 74. So there's a couple things here I can ditch. So I'm going to go up here to my matching. I'm going to go down to my, let's see, which section is this? Certifications. Probably don't need to talk about Jira too much. And my score is still 80, so I just eliminated something, and that's fine. Salesforce Marketing Cloud Boot Camp. They're not interested in guys that got background in Marketing Cloud. Well, they did talk about that, so I'm going to leave that in. Business Administration Specialist and Certified Salesforce Administrator. So those got to stay, okay? Now, let's go down here. We had a whole bunch of hard skills, and we had a bunch of technical skills. So guess what I'm going to do? I am going to eliminate all of those and see what happens to my score. I just eliminated that whole technical section and did not touch my score. That tells me that it's, for the most part, irrelevant. You don't want to be sending these folks, a 22-page resume. Nobody's going to read it. No one. They don't read 2 pages half the time. They're definitely not reading more than 2 pages. So there we go. Like, oh my goodness, I'm almost there. All I got to do is pull this stuff up here. I probably got too many hard skills going on, and I can probably eliminate 1 or 2 of these bullets. So let's go down into the Heavy Gorilla section, a company I worked for. And let's go down to Heavy Gorilla, see if I can pull out some of these bullets. Heavy Gorilla, let's see here. Security enhancement. Skyrocketed lead to conversion. Let's see what happens when I get rid of that one. And I'm still at 80%. So security enhancement, not relevant for this. Oh, I went down to 79. Okay, I'm okay with 79 right now. Let's see here. Let's go down, get rid of some of these hard skills. Got too many. User acceptance testing, third party. Those are ones that were not in the JD. Requirements and elicitation, 78%. All right, let's go back and use requirements elicitation. We want to get back to 79. All right, process automation. Let's see what that does. There's kind of a lag when you deselect it to look at your score. Process improvements for business. I don't recall seeing that in the, nope, yep. We've got to keep that. Marketing automation, lead scoring, I don't think was in there. Lead scoring, general experience information systems. Yeah, that was in there. End-to-end systems integration. Data analysis. Let's take a look and see if that was in there. Data analysis was in there. Communication skills. Let's see. Communication skills. Business process mapping. Business analysis. I mean, that's all over the resume, so that's not going to affect it. Well, I guess it is. Communication skills. Okay, we're still at 78%. Business process mapping. I don't remember that, but that could be in there as well. Let's see. 78%. We're still at 78%. Okay, now I got to probably pull out another bullet point because my resume is just flat too long. And let's squeeze this stuff up so we can get it out of the way. Professional summaries. There we go. Sumo Lab. All right. Which one of these utilize consulting methodologies, requirements gathering, project documentation, elicitation, user stories? Let's see what happens there. 76%. Got to keep that. Utilize data-driven insights and A/B testing. I don't remember anything in that realm. Oh, 75%. God dang it. Okay. Attention to detail, develop, maintain reports and dashboards. Yeah, that was definitely part of what I had to keep there. So I think a good one to look at is Academy Mortgage. Only got 2 in there anyway. I'd just soon eliminate that job altogether, to be quite honest. Streamline loan application, strengthen relationships. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of that one there. Because I don't need to brag about being a mortgage loan officer because that particular role has nothing to do really with this job. All right, we're at 78%. Let's see where our design is. We are on 1 page. And guess what, folks? I'm tired of messing with this resume, and so I'm going to submit this as is. So Salesforce Business Analyst, I got my top part looking good. Business Analyst Sumo Lab, I got all of my bullets here. I got about 5 or 6, probably 1 too many. That's okay. Salesforce Administrator, Third Republic. Yes, that's looking good. Loan Officer, Administrator, Business Analyst. That's looking hot. Certifications I got in there. Then I got some skills, soft skills, technical aptitude. I'm going to get rid of that soft skill and just assume I have no soft skills. Let's see, we go. We'll get rid of that one, and that'll even give me more room on my resume. Here we go, down at the bottom. Hard skills, probably got too many there. Business analyst hard skills. Then I kind of created some of my own hard skills that were more related to business analysts. And honestly, I mean, hey, I use these partially to get through ATS and beef up my keywords. And then I try to also work them into my achievements. But I'm going to go with this. So I'm going to export this resume into my downloads folder. And I make sure that my name, Salesforce BA, I want to make this, I have a format that I use. And I always put my first name first. Suhrstedt, Salesforce Business Analyst, and then I add the date at the end. April, so 4-2-2024. There we go. Suhrstedt, Salesforce Business Analyst. I'm going to download it. Now I'm going to go over here to my job. Click on Easy Apply. Jerry Suhrstedt. There's my phone number. You guys can call me anytime you want. Just kidding. Let's see. I don't feel like following them. I'm going to add my resume, upload from my downloads. And got that information in there. Submit application. Yeah, that's about as easy as it gets for applying for a role. So I just applied for the Salesforce Business Analyst role at TTEC Digital. And was it perfect? No. It's possible if I was not doing this podcast that I might actually spend a little more time on it. But I spent a lot of time on that. I didn't get it perfect. Not everything was perfect. But I can tell you this, if I had taken my base resume and just submitted it, I would have had way less chance of getting a phone call for an interview than had I not customized it. Yeah, so Suhrstedt says I should have kept third-party vendor. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Let's see what else we got here. Let's go. Let's hope you hear back from them. Yeah, that would be kind of nice. I have to tell you, folks, you got to look at this job hunting thing like a process with multiple steps. So I found the job. I have the experience. I submitted my resume that was pretty customized. Wasn't perfect, but it was pretty customized. And now you're going to potentially get a call, and then you're going to get a pre-interview, a pre-screening, and then you're going to get an interview, and then a second interview, and a third interview with a panel and technical people. And I'm telling you, anywhere along that process, things can blow up. Things can go sideways. They can interview or do a pre-screen and go, nah, we don't like this guy. Or you can get to the third interview, or you can get to the third interview and get a job offer and given a start date. And like me, 2 days before my start date, they tell me, oh, we didn't look at our budget. We're sorry. We're not going to be able to bring you on board. So the world is crazy right now. I'm sorry for that. I'm going to apologize for the whole world. But man, I tell you, until you are actually working and you're there for a couple of months, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing. So thanks a lot, everyone, for coming. Sorry that I went over 10 o'clock. It's no easy way to kind of go through this process. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that, it was something that you learned. Just remember that this is the Jerry Rigged podcast. We talk about technology, marketing, and business analysis. We try to sprinkle some fun into everything. And enjoy your week. And I hope that you all find a good, solid job that you absolutely love. And that's it. Ping me anytime on LinkedIn. And also you can hook up with me at bookjerry.me. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.
The Jerry Rigged Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or Google. Business technology for CEOs, managers, and business owners. We're here to deliver insights and strategies without the fluff. This is the Jerry Rigged Podcast.